Hi guys, welcome to Fit and Flourishing Coaching. Today, I want to talk about how I combat my cravings. But before I do that, if you could do me a favor and please like this video and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if it's been helpful to you. It would really help me out and I would appreciate it. Thanks guys. All right, so let's get started. Let's talk about how I combat cravings. The first thing I did, and this may not work for everybody, but it's okay. I'm just going to tell you anyway. The first thing I did was I actually did a Whole30. And the reason why I did a Whole30 is because it completely eliminates some of the added sugars and processed foods that are actually designed for you to want more. And I do not do Whole30 now. I don't eat Whole30 completely right now. But what that did was that went ahead and reset my palate. One of the reasons why we crave things is because we eat it. So the more you eat hyper palatable foods, that is processed foods, foods that are made in labs, foods that are high in sugar, high in fat, high in carbohydrate, high in salt, all at once, is because we are eating them, right? So we want to make sure that we're eating foods that do not trigger those drug, responses in our brain. When you eat foods that are hyperpalatable, you actually get this drug-like response where your body's like, I want more. It's like having crack cocaine. So what do? You stop eating it. So the first thing I did was I did a 30-day sort of cleanse. It's called Whole30, and essentially you take out sugar and breads and refined carbs and things like that so that your body can reset, your palate can reset, and you're no longer craving those things. One of the reasons why I like it is also it kind of forces you to ask yourself why you were having all the sugar in the first place, or what's going on mentally that I need this sugar, which leads me to point number two. Point number two is I started journaling, because oftentimes when we're eating loads of sugar or hyperpalatable foods, as I call them, the high in fat, high in carbohydrate, super salty, the ice creams, the chips, things like that, it's because we're trying to get a rush of some sort, or we're trying to fill some sort of physiological need of some sort. And when I journal, I can figure out where my emotions are so that I'm not using food to manage that. And if you're interested in more about that, you can sign up for my Stress Eating Strategies course, which is actually located in the description box below. It's like $12, and it's got worksheets that go with it, and it kind of goes into more detail about this. But journaling changes the way you think about food, and you can food journal, or you can actually just journal about your day. A food journal is really cool because what you do is you write down what did I eat and then what was I feeling. And oftentimes what my clients will see is that they are feeling anxious, they're feeling scared, they're feeling nervous. They just came out of a meeting and they're eating in response to that. So journaling is super helpful, okay? The third thing I did is I actually gave myself permission to have a little bit. Just a little bit. And the question I asked myself was, if I can't have a little bit, then something else is going on. If I can't just have 2 Oreos, or if I just can't have a serving of ice cream, then there's something deeper going on. So most times cravings don't really last that long, meaning if you have a couple of Oreos, after that, the Oreos don't taste that great, right? After Oreo number 23, they're not that good. After Oreo number 5 even, they're not that good. It's the law of diminishing return. So giving yourself time to satisfy that craving, so it's no longer ooh, I can't have Oreos, so I want them more, or I can't have ice cream, so I want it more. That will help you to kind of lessen the stakes as it comes to those foods. So psychologically, there's no I can't have, so therefore you don't really want it. It's kind of like saying, don't look at the elephant in the room, the red elephant in the room, when actually there's a red elephant in the room. So all you think about is the red elephant in the room. So if I keep telling you, you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have that, your brain's gonna say, well, I want it now and I want it more. But if I say, here, have 2 Oreos, your brain's like, oh, they're no longer this secretive thing I can't have. So your body wants less of it. The last thing I do is called pause. breathe in, pause. Most cravings don't actually last for more than 30 seconds. So if you just take a few deep breaths, you can figure out if you're really hungry or if you're responding out of an emotion or if you're responding from stress. And then you can either make the decision to have the item or make the decision to not have the item. What often happens with my clients is they say, oh, well, I want, I'm craving, this piece of candy. So they run and go get the candy. But what happens if you just take 10 deep breaths first? Then you can say, did I really want the candy or did I need to calm down? Right? So taking those deep breaths are going to be crucial for combating your cravings. All right, that's it for the video today, you guys. If you guys have any questions, please send me your advice below. What do you guys do when you have cravings? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.